Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of the Gamers Parley. I'm here with the one and only Navaid.
The one and only who shows the only one who
The one
shows.
and only who shows up. Take it that it's 3 in the morning here. So,
Yeah,
to me, for waking up after the day
yeah.
I went through yesterday.
It's
Today, we're going to talk about something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. And we had the Xbox reveals and we had the Summer Games Fest in between. So we never really got to do it. And we're going to be talking about video game movies and open quote, video game movies, intending movies that talk about video games or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's many coming out recently. And let's say it was possibly while I was growing up, so when I was in my late teens, a big taboo to talk about video game movies because it was just garbage being produced for years.
Basically, yep.
So we'll go through, I put up a list with Nav this week, and we'll go through the main ones, and we'll talk about our experience with them.
With those movies, yeah. A lot of them I haven't seen, just, disclaimer, but the ones that I've seen, I've heard about all of these. Some I didn't bother watching because I read the reviews. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this should be interesting. Because it's always been such a dilemma to me that how the hell do you mess up something which already has like 5, 6 amazing games, and all you have to do is basically kind of like copy paste, right? That's all what the fans want. They just want to see their characters doing their favorite characters doing the things that they do in the video game. It's so simple, but for some reason, the directors and writers are like, no, we gonna go all out. Like, for instance, the Hitman film, right? It's all about stealth. No, he's like, no, he's gonna be bringing choppers down with cars, and he's gonna be, dual wielding his guns, the iconic guns, but and right in this middle of New York City, and just gonna be shooting everywhere. It's like, why do you do that? Like, there's a whole game to follow. Like, it's a whole series of games for you to look at and see what people love and just follow that. It's that simple. See, that's one of the reasons I want to become a director.
So you're going to realize that many of these all have one thing in common, and that thing is Uwe Boll, the director.
Yep.
So I don't know if you've ever heard about him.
Yeah.
Apparently he's like into some money laundering scheme in the allegedly in some money laundering scheme in the late noughties, where he was just pumping out video game movies because they would sell tickets. So he's just pumping out movie after movie, and it was just absolute garbage.
One way to turn your black money into white.
Yeah.
You should, yeah.
Either that or get it beat up by the police.
Yep. I ever wonder why Bollywood movies do make so much money.
They're becoming so big now, Bollywood movies.
Yeah, so they have to get their money clean somewhere, right? But that's a whole different discussion. But yeah,
usually
that makes sense.
Why in the car wash?
Yeah.
You need to buy a car wash.
Yep.
Owned by a thick eyebrowed man.
Or some businesses in the Ozark. If you get that reference. But yeah. Awesome. But yeah, let's go through this list.
So we're going to start with probably one of the most divisive movies ever. And not so much divisive, but you either hate it or hate it. But it's so bad that it's a masterpiece for me.
Yep.
That movie is Super Mario Brothers.
1993. I don't even remember half of it, to be honest. It tells you how bad it was. Like, I watched it like once way back, and I'm like, nope.
It's one of my guilty pleasures.
Really?
Yeah, I watch it at least once a year.
Is that the Italian in you?
Hey, but it's so stereotypical Italian. It's fantastic. So the premise is that there's the Mario Brothers, which is actually Bob Hoskins, which is from what's his face the cartoon movie Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? He's in it, and there's John Leguizamo from Prison Break.
Yep.
and Dennis Hopper. So you got quite a cast, from Speed. He's the terrorist. You got quite the cast.
Yep.
And they're in Brooklyn. And there's the Princess Daisy, which is the one from Super Mario Land for the Game Boy, who is the princess of a parallel universe in Manhattan called Dino Hatton. And when the meteorite struck Earth 65 million years ago, it split the universe in two. So it created these two parallel universes, one where dinosaurs evolved into people, and one where apes evolved into people.
Okay.
So it's got nothing to do with Super Mario. But there's a dude called Super Mario. He's called Mario. So his surname's Mario, and Luigi Mario. And they're Italian plumbers from the Bronx. And shit hits the fan. There's this dude called King Koopa, who is a tyrannical overlord of what was his name? Dino Hatton.
Yeah.
And there's Toad is in the game. He's just some dude that plays guitar on the street, because of course he is. There's Goombas, and they're huge guys with tiny heads, and they're like lizards.
That's like, see, my thing with Super Mario Brothers movie would be like, why would you make a Super Mario Brothers movie? The reason is the game doesn't, at that time in 1993, the game didn't have a lot of story. All you had to do is rescue the princess.
Yeah.
But there's no backstory, nothing, right? It's like just a plumber who's rescuing a princess for some reason.
You had about 4 games out already, because you had Mario 1, 2, and 3, and then you get Super Mario World, and Super Mario Land for the Game Boy like 3 years earlier.
Because they were just trying to milk it, because it was pretty famous at the time, right? Yeah. So we all saw how that went. I remember, like, I know I've seen it, but I don't remember it. But I've seen bits and pieces of the movie here and there. Whenever I see like a video about like what we're doing right now.
Top 10 shittiest movies.
Shittiest movies, basically. Yeah, adaptations. It was
once again my guilty pleasure. One of the movies that I have to watch every year. That and The Mask with Jim Carrey.
The Mask. Oh yeah, well that's
another good one. But that's an actual good movie.
That's a good movie. I agree. That was a good movie.
Super Mario just hits the spot. And then at one point they put on the iconic overalls, and it's just like, I'm Super Mario now. It's like, yeah. He said the title of the film.
I should like a watch over of this.
Oh, mate. You're missing out if you don't remember it.
Yeah, man. It's
just so bad it's good.
It's kind of like that movie that what's his name? James Franco recreated.
Disaster Artist.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's the original, but interesting. All right. So next movie, Double Dragon. I vaguely remember that film.
Yeah, I think it was like a fighting one.
I love the game. I was a big fan of Double Dragon. I used to go also play it in the arcade, and that was a really, really good game. I don't even remember the movie. Like,
no,
have you seen it?
No, you lost me on that.
Yeah, Double Dragon. The game was a lot of fun, no doubt. But yeah, I mean, that tells you, if no one remembers it. I don't even know who was in it. Let me check Double Dragon.
God. Yeah, we should have IMDb open.
Yeah, I have that.
Would definitely help.
Yeah, that's what I have open. Robert Patrick. You know what? I might have seen it. Now that I see like the images from it, it kind of, I think I've seen it, but way back. So I don't really remember what I saw, if it was good or bad. But the IMDb rating is 3.8. So that kind of
excellent.
Yeah, brilliant. Like, at least it's higher than the Resident Evil show. So
oh gosh, don't get me started. No, I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. So
the other thing with these movies are, having grown up in Italy, Italy's got one of the, in my opinion, best dubbing scene in the world. Like
Okay.
they'll dub films really well.
Okay.
The problem is they give the films the crappiest titles. So Double Dragon is probably called like The Man with the Golden Fist or something like that. Something that absolutely
No, nothing.
yeah, or the day the dragon came to Earth. Okay. So I probably have seen it, but I don't know the title.
Yeah, because to be honest, what would be the translation for double dragon? Like literal
Doppio
translation.
drago. Yeah, doppio drago. Drago doppio.
Yeah, that they probably know that none of the Italians are gonna watch it if you name that.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell is this? So
Yeah,
they have
exactly.
to add like a few things in there. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, after Scary Movie came out
Yeah.
and American Pie,
Yeah.
many movies took those as titles.
Yep.
So everything became horror movie, scary movie,
Yeah.
pop movie. And it's just like a bit of originality. Just give it
Yeah.
another name.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like that part where with video games, it's like it's a name. It's like I don't know, Centaurus, the age of this, something and the age of that. And it's like it's just such an overused name. It's like
Yeah. Like the Age of Zelda.
yeah, yeah. So it's just it's boring. But yeah, can't remember anything of Double Dragon. The next one on the list is Street Fighter. That I remember.
It might be like the next few games are all fighting games.
Yeah,
They were going big in the late 90s, in their
they
early
were.
90s.
They were. Yeah, they were for sure. Street Fighter, I remember. Guile as Jean-Claude Van Damme being Guile.
Yeah.
I remember that, and he was the main guy, which was kind of like a weird thing because the most famous guy was Ryu, of course, right? I expected Ryu to be the main character of the whole film, but it was Guile against M. Bison, and yeah, it was
had to push the big American actors.
I know that's what they were trying to do, and it was it was nothing great. It was like, of course, it had the name Street Fighter, but had nothing to really do with it. And like Guile was performing the the legendary split kicks and from Jean-Claude Van Damme. What's that kick called? Is there's a name for that kick that Jean-Claude he does in every film of his. That split kick that he does.
The one on top of the buses too.
Yeah, and he did that as Guile, and none of his moves are like that. And it was just
like,
no.
Can you do that? Put it in the movie.
Yeah, no, he didn't even.
We'll do it live.
He didn't even have that hair. The iconic hair. That's what makes Guile, right? But I guess he was one of the biggest actors of the '90s. So they were like, if you want to get in the audience to come in and watch the movie, plus it's Street Fighter. Street Fighter in the '90s, it's kind of like Super Mario too. It's a deal in the arcade scene, especially
popping coins.
Yeah, and if people didn't know, M. Bison was actually supposed to be Balrog, because if you go to Japan, Balrog is M. Bison and M. Bison is Balrog. They switched the name by mistake in America.
Okay.
North American version. So now for everyone, M. Bison is M. Bison, but he's supposed to be Balrog.
Okay.
Yeah, so they mixed up the name, and even in Japan, still they know him as they originally he was supposed to be Balrog. Just a small tidbit, but yeah,
it was. You used to play as
me, Ken. I still play as Ken. Ken is my go-to person. I like Ryu, but to be honest, more than the Hadouken, I love the Shoryuken way better. That effect of a guy catching on fire when he does that, it's just something else. I was always a Ken person.
I might be getting the games mistaken. Is Blanca in
Street Fighter?
Yeah. I used to choose that because it was the weirdest looking.
Yeah, and you could spam that button where he just keeps going and electrifying people. Yeah, I remember I hated those people. It's like, well, it's kind of like Eddie in Tekken.
Yeah.
Right? Is he just
Eddie Gordo? Yeah, he just keeps spamming kicks and you're done for.
That's what it was. But yeah, it was a good film though. Like, I mean, it's kind of like the next movie in the list too. Like it has like a cult following because it was so bad. Kind of like the Super Mario Brother. I don't know if it's that much, but yeah, It was bad. Yeah, it was nothing close to Street Fighter. I think the best Street Fighter thing that we got was the cartoon or the anime that they made, which was the closest to the
Mm-hmm.
game. Yeah, this was again a failed attempt, as usual.
Yeah, milk. They milked it.
Yeah.
Then the final fighting game, not even final one. There's two more fighting games in a row, which is Mortal Kombat in 1995,
Yeah.
directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, which we will hear a lot
Well,
of in the
yeah,
next
yeah.
movies.
That name.
Yeah, I actually have seen this one, but it was more of a let's watch trashy movies weekend,
Mhm.
and I have no memory of it.
It was actually not that bad.
And there's also a remake of this. They've redone it like last year, I think. They've done another
Oh yeah,
Mortal
they
Kombat.
just and that's actually the recent one, the new Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it.
No, okay.
I loved it actually, and there are a few. I think is this on the list, the new one later on?
I believe so.
Yeah. So
This is the one that they like win tickets to an island and they have to go fight on it.
and take us to an island? No,
No,
no. The recent one that came out, that's not
no, no,
it.
no. The old one.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
old one. Yeah, this is the old
No,
one.
no. So I do remember it.
Yeah. This one, yeah, for sure. And I liked it. Like it kind of had that whole Mortal Kombat tournament
Mm-hmm.
thing going on, and they had these epic moments too with the scorpion get over here coming out of the hand. That whole
Yeah.
like trashy animation and CG, but at that time it just worked. It
The
just
90s.
yeah, it was decent. It's like a cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
People love this
I'm gonna
film. Um,
fix
but
that.
yeah,
Okay.
I actually enjoyed it. I'll watch it every
Mm-hmm.
now and then, but yeah, again, it's not exactly what the games are, but it's a good film. It's like guilty pleasure, you could say.
Yeah.
You just watch it for the heck of it. I enjoyed
Now, after confessing that I watched Super Mario, any movie can be a guilty pleasure, and I
it.
cannot judge it. I cannot judge anyone.
Yep.
But it turns out that a couple years later, they made a sequel to it.
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Annihilation. I probably got annihilated at the box office, but
Most likely did.
yeah, I never saw it. I heard about it, never saw it, but I do remember watching the first one. So yeah. So yeah, have you seen it?
Nah, not that I cannot
Let's
recall watching it.
let's see the rating. I'm curious. Marvel Combat Annihilation. Okay, 1997, 3.6. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Depends on which
I've
scale.
actually seen it in like bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I look at the images, I've actually like probably when it was on like just running on TV, I just saw it randomly. But
Yeah, just zapping through.
yep, that's interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah. All right. So the next one on the list is Wing Commander. I don't even know what that is.
Me neither. I'll take a wild guess. It's a flying game.
Flying. Well, that's a good guess, I guess. Imagine that to be like a jungle escape game or something. I don't know. But
No.
yeah, it's probably like an Air Force. Yeah, the next one, man, that was probably,
very big when it came out. Very big.
Probably the best casting in a video game adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
For obvious reasons.
Oh yes. Pre-op.
Yeah, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and everyone watched it. Even people who are not gamers watched it because it was Angelina Jolie at her peak time, and who would not want to watch Angelina Jolie as Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah, and who didn't want to watch it has to really question themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Especially as a 80s or 90s kid, that was
absolutely.
It was actually not that bad. I
cannot remember it for the life of me.
You don't know? I do remember it. It wasn't that bad. I actually enjoyed it. They did a decent job with it.
I definitely watched the remake, like the newer one with
what did you think about that?
They could have gone so much better with it. We'll talk about it when the time comes.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind it because for me, the new trilogy of games was absolutely the bomb. Really good games. I was really craving Uncharted, and then the games came out.
They're really good. I mean, they took a lot from the Uncharted series and added their own flavor to it, and they nailed it. They did a really, really good job. I love the trilogy, and the new movie was really good too. But the Angelina Jolie one, pretty good. I remember it pretty good, and she looked the part too. So that was like one of exactly. So
no, I was just itchy. Misunderstood. Yeah.
Oh my God. You know, she had those reasons.
Yeah.
But moving on.
Another of one of my guilty pleasures.
The
Resident Evil movie.
Paul,
the good one.
Again, come to think of it, now that I've seen the later shots at the same franchise, I appreciate that more than I should have. Like, it's like that Thanos meme is like, perhaps I judged you too harshly. So that's what it is, because I don't know why.
This is the one that takes most from the source material.
It does, actually. And
so you have
a job with it too. I mean, some of the parts, again, I don't know why these directors are like, what, we're just gonna make them like in the game. I mean, I get it that in one of the games, what's his name, Chris punches a boulder, but still, I mean, they don't do shit like that. The movie the movie showed they're like jumping around and flying, and it's like I mean, and they had pretty good material to look at even then, right? Resident Evil 1, 2, 3. None of them were jumping around. I think
they had 2002. I think they had the first 3 games. Yes.
Yeah. So he had a lot of material to work with, and
once again, Paul W.S. Anderson. So we've heard him before from the other games, and it's about Alice, which is played by Mila Jovovich. Again, fantastic casting. She wakes up and she's...
I don't think there was this character was in the games.
No, absolutely
not. Created character,
yeah. She wakes up and she forgets who she is.
Yeah.
And she has sort of flashbacks to find out
what else happened.
The movie's 20 years old. I'm going to spoil it for you. She finds out that she's an agent for Umbrella, and below her villa there's the Hive, which is where they're testing the T-virus. And the T-virus gets thrown into the air ducts and everybody gets infected. So they send a group of Marines, I think they are, to clear out this place. Sorry?
Mercenaries.
Mercenaries,
Resident Evil,
And that is where I got one of my first crushes as a child on Michelle Rodriguez.
She was.
I had a massive crush on her.
Yeah, she was really good.
Yeah, and they got to get out, and there's lickers, there's the zombies. It's
and one of the most iconic scenes was in there too. I think that was in the first one, where the laser room.
Absolutely.
He got that one right. I mean, even though it's not related to Resident Evil in any way, but that scene was really cool, especially for that time. Yeah, it was a great sequence. Even the final fight, like the train part, that was really...
Resident Evil 2.
That was...
they got a bit of idea from that.
That was...
Then, there's all the other sequels we'll get to eventually. After Resident Evil, we got another Tomb Raider, which apparently sold... Well, it was good for the time, so they did another one.
I remember watching it. It was a good film, and at that time, I was at that age where I was watching it more for Angelina than anything else. But it was a good film.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? But it was a good film. And I think her father, real life father, was in there too, playing.
Absolutely,
playing her father. Tomb Raider, Lara Croft's father. But that was also, it got good review. Like, it did well on the Blockbuster, right? So
I remember at the time we used to go to Blockbuster to get these.
Exactly.
€30 late fee.
I used to go get cassettes.
And if you didn't wind them back, you had to pay an extra fee. And the other thing is, 2003, we already had the euro. But until 2001, we had the lira in Italy.
Yeah.
And because of the war and everything, we had what do you call it? The inflation was so high. We had everything was very expensive, but of course the money wasn't worth that much.
Yeah.
So to get a movie, it was like 30,000 lira. It's like, oh my God, it's so expensive. And then it became 15 euro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's that. Man, times have changed.
Times have changed. Yeah. Now with 30,000 euro, you can buy a packet of peanuts and a Coca-Cola.
Yeah. War has changed. Yeah.
Then another one of the most why did you do this movies? Sorry, let me do the double hands. Ma perché l'hai fatto? Ma che cazzo?
Exactly what he said.
House of the Dead.
Yeah.
Once again, hats down to Uwe Boll, who came up with this. The madman.
Yeah.
House of the Dead was a rail shooter from the arcade machines.
Yeah, and
but how do you get a story out of that?
Yep.
But they managed to do it. So you have a group of college students that travel to a mysterious island to attend a rave party that gets invaded by zombies.
Original.
Crazy.
That's so original. But yeah, I guess, well, they couldn't really pull out a story. So
yeah.
Again.
Somebody else should have pulled out.
Yeah, no. Oh my God. But yeah, another game to movie adaptations, which is totally forgettable.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
wasn't one of the most popular ones.
Yep. Then came Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Yeah, once again, another Paul W.S. Anderson, this time writing and not really directing.
Yeah.
And this is the movie they introduce Nemesis.
Nemesis, yeah. Which is one of my favorite characters from the Resident Evil universe.
Franchise, yeah. So this is one of the other ones that sort of follows the game a bit. And you have the end of the first movie, you see Mila Jovovich's husband get scratched and he becomes Nemesis.
Yep.
So they actually tell you in the movie, put him in the Nemesis program.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, there's going to be a sequel. And then he comes back as the Nemesis and spot on. They really did a good job with the makeup and everything.
They did.
And you got this big motherfucker going around saying stars. And
man, that game give me nightmares, dude. That was one of my favorite games. I have a lot of memories with that game. I used to play that with my friends all the time, and I still remember that one moment. It scared the shit out of me. And it was so funny, and it's on YouTube as well. Someone had the same thing, and they put it up there too. There's the scene where you're in the police station and you're on the top floor, and you got to come down. And while you're coming towards the stairs, you hear like glass breaking while you're about to go down the stairs. So I went down the stairs, and that iconic stairs animation with the blacks, everything. Yeah. And there's a window right in front of you. So I went and I pressed X on it, and it says, I cannot see anything out of this window. So at that time, I was pretty young, and my English was, I was still learning it as a second language. And what I thought that she was saying is that there's literally nothing outside this window. Like there's no one there. But what she actually meant is that the window is too dirty for me to see shit. Right. And I clicked on it. I'm like, okay. And I turned and I walked, and that motherfucker came in from that very window. We just jumped in the stars with this freaking bazooka. And I
think we talked about it on an older episode.
I did. Yeah, man, that scene was just like, I still have that. I remember that so, clearly. My controller just flew out of my hand and I was running like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, but yeah, one of the most iconic, like one of the best moments of my gaming life. But yeah, that guy was amazing. Anytime you enter a new area and you just hear stars, I'm like, oh shit, you gotta run.
Tap, 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 tap. Then it was also that really dodgy walk forward and turn and then walk straight. There wasn't really the three-dimensional directions.
Yeah.
So,
I tried playing that recently with like the release with Siphon Filter,
Yeah.
the release with the PlayStation, and I'm playing it, and it was one of my favorite games on PlayStation 1, right? And I'm playing
Good
it,
game,
like,
Siphon Filter.
and I'm thinking of myself to myself, how the fuck did I play this? Like right now, I'm like just so lost. I can't do, like, it's so weird to me right now playing that game with those same controls. Like, how did I manage that? And I was so good at it too. So it's like
Yeah.
that, but that was the, that was the norm at that time, and it worked. But yeah, so there's a whole different tangent. But yeah, Apocalypse, they did do a good job with Nemesis for sure, but the movie overall was not as good as the first one. Yeah, I mean, I thought the first one was better, but Apocalypse was decent. Again, all those things with Alice just jumping around like a superhuman and this and that.
Yeah, because she's got the virus in her, and
Yeah.
there's the one really good scene where there's a STARS member sniping off people from on top of a diner.
Yeah.
And there's a STARS members in the diner waiting for Nemesis to arrive, and he just comes and he like scans the place and he picks them out, and with the minigun, he just obliterates everything, and he just kills the STARS members.
Yeah. that guy, yeah, that was. I think there was another scene with Alice running down the building. I think something like that. It was like she ran like vertically. Was that Apocalypse?
It was definitely one of the Resident Evil movies because I remember seeing it.
Yeah,
but I forget which one.
I think it was
so long.
I think it was Apocalypse. That was pretty. That was like his movies, even though they were not like anywhere close to the original material, but they had moments. But those moments were not even related to Resident Evil, but they were pretty epic. Like, the laser one, and that, her running down the building. Some of the sequences really left a mark. Like, people remember those moments, which is something to come out of these adaptations, basically. But other than that, again, even though it has the title Resident Evil, it was not as close as it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just using the IP name.
Yep, milking it again, but yeah, it's still a dilemma. I don't know how people bomb it.
Anyway, before we continue, we'll just take a little break, and we'll get back to it.
What is your biggest secret, David?
Pardon me?
You can tell us.
Oh, well, it's not much of a secret, but I have a tattoo of Kobe behind my ear.
Tattoo, splendid.
Yeah, it's not terribly big.
What are you wearing?
What do you mean?
Why are you here?
Oh, well, I was hoping to promote my new movie. I'm just coming off of the set.
No, David Hayter. Why here, wearing an eye patch?
Oh, the eye patch. This is pretty cool, actually. Gives me real-time information and weather, traffic reports. Actually watching a baseball game as we speak.
Really? What drives you? What are your dreams?
Well, I'd have to say my dream project.
Let your dreams drive you. Oh, a message of hope to today's young people from David Hayter.
I never actually said that.
Welcome back. Thank you to our sponsors for today. Legally speaking, they're not technically our sponsors. We're just, shits and giggles putting videos in. But just in case we get sued by the almighty sponsor, please don't sue us. We have no money and we make none from this.
I know, and we are, like, you could tell we are reviewing bad movies. So
unless they can pick up money to make better movies, in that case, our names are John Smith and Navaid Smith. Sue us. Good luck. The next movie on the list is Alone in the Dark.
I remember this one.
Yes, I have once again another Uwe Boll movie. So if you remember it, it's Not for the Good Reasons.
Yep, it was pretty bad, actually. Christian Slater is a good actor, but that movie was just bad.
Tara Reid is in it too.
I
had a massive crush on her.
Money grab, right? They have to put in some kind of eye candy in there.
And that is Christian Slater. I mean Tara Reid.
Someone you'd wanna be with, alone in the dark.
Oh, naughty.
But yeah, the game was pretty decent. I played the game. I enjoyed the game. Has a good following too, but they just butchered the movie.
I played Alone in the Dark Inferno, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It's the one in first person where you got to keep pressing to blink, otherwise your sight gets foggy.
Yeah.
Nah. It had a good item management system because you had to look down and open your jacket to get items, so you could only have whatever you could fit in your jacket.
Interesting.
But no, it had really good fire mechanics.
I haven't played that one, but I've played the original game. Yeah.
The PS1?
Yeah, it was PS1.
Judging by the year. I just took a wild guess.
I think it was PS1, yeah.
All right. Then next movie
Doom
is fantastic. I'm not going to get up, but I actually have the board game sponsored by the film.
Oh, you do? Interesting.
It's really good. It's practically D&D, but with Doom. So you've got all your minifigs. Look, I'll get what I can if I don't knock down everything.
That's interesting. I don't know they had that.
See, so it's Doom.
Interesting.
Il gioco da tavolo.
That looks like Dwayne The Rock Johnson on it.
That is his character, yeah. So you've got... I'm actually painting them at the moment. I've had them unpainted for years. You've got the Marines.
Nice.
And then you've got all the demons.
Awesome. Yeah.
And it's practically D&D. You got to create your own campaign.
That's pretty cool.
And smack my head into the mic.
Yeah.
So rest in peace, headphone users. Yeah, it's there's 10 levels, and you've got to close the book like the game.
Is it better the game? Better than the game?
I'll tell you what, I actually really enjoyed the game at the time when it came out.
Yeah, the game was pretty good.
Yeah, it's Doom 3, we can call it. And I don't know if you've played it on the re-release for PS4.
I don't think I have. No.
Or you played it on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
On the original Xbox, you didn't have a light on your guns. You had to switch between the torch and the gun. You couldn't dual wield. And that was terrifying.
I can imagine, yeah.
But it was so hard that when they re-released it for PS4, you have your gun with the light. So it was terrifying because you were going around with a torch and then you had to quickly switch, and you had that 1 second where it was pitch black.
Yeah.
That was terrifying. But yeah, the movie was quite good.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that was actually pretty decent. Not really close to what the games were, but it's still pretty good. Carl Urban was in it.
Carl Urban was in it. Yeah, I was reading up about it when I was preparing the list, and I'm like, oh my god.
Butcher is in it. Oi, you cunt. he's on.
He said the C word on YouTube. We're gonna get banned.
Oh no, I'm gonna beep it up.
No, we're gonna put something like Metal Gear in.
Yeah.
You fox die.
Yeah, fox die.
That was a good episode.
No, that was awesome.
Oh, so how's the situation around the world with fox die happening?
But yeah,
with the Doom, I don't know, what was I gonna say? It was the first movie that put a full-on 5-minute first-person
shooting. Yeah,
it was so cool.
It was pretty cool. That was one of the better parts of the film, for sure. They at least did something close to the game, right? So kudos to them for at least sticking to the real thing, right? But yeah, one of the better ones for sure.
Defo.
Then we got Blood Rain. I remember that one with the girl with the popcut.
It was is it Marvel?
Blood Rain?
Yeah. It was one of the vampires.
Yes. Isn't it?
There was a Marvel
No, the
either
Blood
game or
Rain
movie.
game is, I think it wasn't, who was the developer?
I'm getting confused with some other vampire movie.
No, Blood Rain was no, it was yeah, I guess you are.
Also, one of those early Marvel movies that
That girl
came
with
out at the
red
time of
hair.
Daredevil.
Yeah. I've seen this. I've seen the movie as well. The first one. They were, yeah, they were, again, they had that game to movie curse again. It just,
Was Uwe Boll directing it?
gotta look. It has a 2.9 rating, so.
Oh, even better. We're getting lower.
I know. Yeah, I know the girl who was in it, I think was in Terminator 3 as well.
Okay.
As the other, yeah. Yeah, it is Uwe Boll. What the fuck?
Touchdown.
That's fucked up. But no, yep, that guy. Well, he should. I don't know. He was good at what he was doing, I guess.
Laundering money, allegedly.
But yeah, Blood Rain was again a forgettable game to movie adaptation. The next on the list. That's one of, I think, one of the better ones.
I think we should skip this just in case we like egg on the community and we're going to get haters coming on. No, just kidding. But yeah, next movie, Silent Hill.
Yep. That was actually well done.
Kojima.
I know, Kojima. Let's do this. But yeah, this was a good film. The only part I don't know, again, I don't know why these.
I've watched this last year, so I watched it for the first time recently.
Oh, you did? What do you think about it?
There's two Silent Hill movies.
The second one, I just watched the first 5 minutes and I turned it off.
Yeah, so just to check if I've got that right, this is the one where she's looking for her daughter.
Yeah.
And she drives up into the fog. She reaches Silent Hill, and then shit happens. So okay, it is that one.
It's with the famous guy who dies in everything he's in. The British actor.
Yeah, I think I actually written it down here. Sean Bean.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah. Okay, so it is that one.
Yeah, he's the father.
I didn't mind it, but it's like the game is supposed to represent purgatory, where you've got reenacting scenes of their life to like repent and shit. I don't know.
See, I like the world that they created. They did a good job with the town. Yeah. The creatures were good too. They stuck close to what the original like the nurses and all that. That was very well done. It was based off of, I guess, mostly on the first one, right? And what they should have done, again, I don't know why the director thought, one of the best parts about the first movie was the father and daughter relationship, right? That's all. That always has a different feel to it, because in this one they went mom and daughter.
Yeah.
There's something about dad and daughter relationship that just adds a little more to it. I don't know why they chose having mom as the lead character, and they should have went the other way. And I think that would have made it a little better.
Mrs. Sunderland.
Yeah. But yeah, like this is one of the better game to movie adaptations. They were pretty close to what the Silent Hill is supposed to be. They did play around with it, but with the idea and the concept of it, but they didn't do that bad of a job. So this is probably one of my favorite game to movie adaptations.
Okay. Yeah, I watched it during the Fox Die situation, and again, I can't really pull from the original material, but it was all right.
Yeah, I think even like for me, one of the best stories is Silent Hill 2. They should have actually gone for that, making the movie based off of that. But hopefully one day we'll get that. But
Or we'll get a remake.
and they went with
Or
the
we'll
third
get a
one.
new IP. Or a
I
new,
know. Blue Point.
or it's gonna get abandoned.
That's probably what's gonna happen, knowing Konami.
Yeah. Oh no. Please don't sue us, Konami. Once again, we have no money.
My God.
Next movie on the list is Dead or Alive, which now that I think about it, I have watched for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the trailer, and that was I was like, okay.
We're talking about the game where you could unlock breast size for the models.
Yep, that was, and it was big. It was a big hit. So yeah, I didn't see the movie, so I can't tell anything.
Yeah, very forgettable.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have Resident Evil.
More dead than alive. Okay.
Yeah, definitely more dead than alive, except below the nether region. That was very much alive during the movie. Excuse me. Moving on, we have Resident Evil Extinction. So the third Resident Evil in the list.
Yep.
I cannot remember these movies. After the second one, they just sort of become one big.
Yeah, I remember this one being in the desert, and there was like this whole ravens and crows flying around the bus, and there was that guy from The Mummy in there as Carlos. So I remember like bits and pieces of it too, but yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
No, not Brendan Fraser.
Not the protagonist. Okay.
The guy, dude with the long hair and the French, and forgetting his name though.
Brendan Fraser's a national treasure.
He is. Yep, but no, he and yeah, again, it's like they just went on going like with the first one, they were closest to the material, and they just kept going away and away and further away from what Resident Evil is supposed to be. And yeah.
The only thing I can remember about this movie is I watched it.
It was Leon in it too, right? No, it wasn't. No.
Cannot remember. Yeah. All I can remember is that I watched this movie in Genova, which is a town in the beach in Italy, with my girlfriend of the time and some friends. And when we walked out of the movies, some guy got bashed up and the cops stopped me and my friends. And we're like, we swear we just saw, we didn't see anything. It wasn't us. And so this guy eventually had to come and tell the police, no, it wasn't them. It wasn't them. We got stopped. They were holding us back. It was horrible.
Oh my God. But yeah, so another, failed attempt.
Yeah. The next one is one of the most controversial games ever to come out. Postal. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's a game where you are an assassin, a killer. I don't know what you are, but it's you make points for killing people in the most gory way.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So it's sort of become like one of those game streamers play to, oh my God, I'm being edgy, I'm playing Postal.
Oh.
But it's been banned in Australia. It's been banned in like Germany. They banned it in Europe. Okay. And they said, so what should we do? We should make a movie out of a game that nobody can play. So let's make a movie that nobody can watch. But they sort of made a comedy out of it.
Okay.
And once again, it's directed by the one and only Uwe Boll.
God. This guy, man. He must have some connections, dude.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The next movie, we have Hitman, which you were saying at the beginning.
Yep. It's again, you have such a great IP with so many great missions, and one of the game is literally called Silent Assassin, which was like one of the biggest games at Man 2, right? And there was nothing Silent Assassin about him in that movie. He was just It's more like James Bond or
Metal Gear Solid 5. You can choose to be silent or you can go guns blazing.
yeah. And this guy was just Again, they tried, but again, they feel so.
I tried so hard to quote your shirt. It's the time I finally managed.
Oh my god, yeah. This one,
I was waiting for the right moment.
I know you got it. You nailed it. Good job. But yeah, it was another. I was so excited for it though. I remember when it got announced, I was like, "Oh yes, they're making Hitman." Like most of these films, when I knew they were making it, I'm like, "Yes, they're finally doing it." And then it comes out, I was like, "No, what the fuck?"
No. I did the same for Uncharted.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. But
Yeah.
it came up one day at a movie screening where I was, and I just stood up and said, "Yeah!" And everyone's staring at me. I'm like, "Yay!"
Uncharted. You were probably in the Uncharted territory, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So Hitman was another bad one. The next one on the list, I didn't even know they made a movie out of it.
Same. When I looked at when I was making this list, I'm like, they made a Far Cry movie?
Is it actually based on the game, or is it just a name called Far Cry?
No, it's based on the game.
Never seen it.
Me neither.
So I have no idea. Have you seen the rating?
No, I didn't either.
Let me check that. Far Cry.
I was hoping you had watched it.
No, yeah, calling it a masterpiece would be a Far Cry. 3.2. 3.2. Yay. We're staying in that 3 to 4 stars,
Out of 5 or out of 10?
Out of 10, dude.
Okay.
No, out of 10. These are all out of 10.
It's terrible. Okay.
Now, next one is Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Great game. What a beautiful story. And then they end up doing that to it.
Didn't watch it, so.
Good thing. Yeah, I was like, what? Like, Max Payne is such an iconic game, right? And it's just great story. I'm like really excited for the remakes, by the way. Amazing. Like they could have done so much with it, but
So what's the movie about?
Is that detective one with who's trying to find his wife, and it's a whole thriller kind of thing. But
Okay.
that was the first game that brought in the slow-mo
bullet time,
right? Bullet time.
Yeah.
So they just went a whole different way with this, and and Mark Wahlberg probably wasn't the right choice. Like that's the second game movie that he was not the right choice for.
What was the first one?
I mean, the second one is Uncharted, right?
I completely forgot he was in it.
Sully. Yeah, he was not Sully, man. But
they should have given him a mustache.
Yep. It wasn't the mustache in one of the trailers, but it was never used in the movie?
It was used in the movie.
When was it?
In the post-credit scenes for like 10 seconds.
I didn't even see the post-credit scene. Okay.
There you go.
I didn't even know there was.
It's literally the one that they put on YouTube.
I didn't even see the post-credit scene, to be honest.
Yeah, they're in the pub, and he's got the mustache, and there's some guy with a golden gun.
Okay.
Which I think is Eddie Lazarevich. No, Lazarevich is the Russian guy. Oh, anyway, the guy from the first game. Eddie Raya. Yeah.
I think that's the name. It's something Eddie.
Eddie Raya, I think. Anyways. Yeah, nah.
But yeah, Max Payne was just nope. Next is Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. Was that the one with freaking Lucy Liu?
Most I think it was Ming Na Wen.
I don't even know. I don't think I've seen this one. Street Fighter.
I'll tell you what. If they change the name to The Legend of Chun-Li,
would
have been better.
Who is it? Kristen Krewick. No, dude, that's that's not the one I was thinking. Shit. But yeah, apparently I guess the rating 3.7. But
I see a pattern.
I know, dude. We're not going over 4 for
It's
some
all the
reason.
boomers. They're like, no, video games, they're bad for your brain.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, neither of us watched it. So
Yeah.
then there was apparently a Tekken film that I never watched.
Yes, I remember this coming out. I had just started university, but
Interesting.
cannot remember.
I haven't seen that either. Next is Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, with Jake Gyllenhaal being the Persian guy.
Okay.
Had some good moments, but
Mhm.
again, the casting and the whole thing, it was based off one of my favorite games, right? Sands of Time.
Okay.
Brilliant game. It just that you
The
have you played the
mechanics
game?
were good.
Yeah, the whole reverse the time thing was such a cool thing right at that time. With parkour, which became the basis for Assassin's Creed, right? And yeah, it was a legendary game. But again, I don't know why people and writers and directors, when they have such good material to look at, they still end up fucking up the movie.
Mhm.
somehow. And yeah, it's pretty forgettable again. And they all have like, I think the princess had a British accent. They're supposed to be in Persia, and it's just, yeah, it's just, yeah.
Supposed to be Persian, there's whiteys everywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. You look very Persian. Iran in the middle. How many years ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
You look very Scandinavian for Iran.
All right.
Anyways, what do we have next? Resident Evil Afterlife. Once again, one of the Resident Evil movies that just merge into.
Yeah, we should just skip all these because I don't think I've watched Afterlife. After the third one, I just skipped all of them.
I've definitely watched them all except the last one.
Okay.
Because I had a fight with my ex because I really wanted to go watch it, but she had, no, we're not going to watch Resident Evil. I said, it's the last one. I need to finish it. I cannot remember what happens in the first one, but I have to watch it.
But yeah, I never saw it.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it was. And yeah, even the next one is a Resident Evil film, Resident Evil Retribution.
2 in a row, so we could skip them.
Yeah, exactly. Silent Hill Revelation. Yeah, skip that one too. Because I saw Pyramid Head riding like a bicycle. I don't know what the fuck was happening in that. Like, not really a bicycle, but that merry-go-round. He was turning it with Venice dress. I'm like, that's Pyramid Head. Like, it's iconic. What the fuck did you just do in the first 5 minutes? And I didn't even bother watching the rest of it. And I'm like, no, we can't do this. It's my. And that was based on Resident Evil 3. And Jon Snow was in it.
Really?
Yeah, Jon Snow was in it. I remember pretty well. He was in there.
Okay, no, I've not watched this one.
I hope I'm not wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was in it.
Wouldn't he have been a bit too young in 2012?
Let me check. Yeah, because they was teenagers anyway. Right?
Okay.
What was it called?
Revelation.
Revelations. Okay, there you go. Yeah, Kit Harington.
Wow, okay.
Jon Snow. Yeah, Jon Snow was in it. Carrie Ann Moss was in there too. Ooh, I don't remember. Interesting. Sean Bean was there, of course. But yeah. Again, nothing like I didn't even watch it, so I don't even know how it was. It was pretty bad. And what's the rating on this thing?
4.2. Let me guess.
4.9. So not that.
Getting better.
Getting better for sure. Anyway, the next one is Need for Speed.
Yeah, this was with Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul, yeah.
Yeah, coming off Breaking Bad. And this is the only reason why I went to watch it. So whoever cast it did a good job because they made me watch a very forgettable movie.
Yeah, but it has a decent rating. 6.4 is not bad.
Cannot remember any of it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I have no idea. But Rami Malek was in it. The fuck? Okay. Dominic Cooper and Rami
Shout out to my friend Roberto.
Okay.
One of my mates, he really looks like Rami Malek.
Oh, he does. Cool.
So whenever we make birthday cards for him or anything, we Photoshop him out and we put Rami Malek in. And he gets so pissed off. He's like, "Oh, fuck you guys, come on."
But yeah,
now we have a running joke going where we don't Photoshop him out and we say it's him, and he still gets upset. He's like, "Why'd you?" It's like, "It's you. We haven't Photoshopped you."
That's funny.
Not for him, which makes it even more funny.
Mhm. But Aaron Paul, yeah, he was like, he just got out of Breaking Bad and everything, so he was, yeah, it's like prime time. So I heard he did a decent job with that. So,
Yeah, it was
but
all right.
anyone who's not watching Better Call Saul,
Better
please
be.
watch it. That is actually better than Breaking Bad for me right now. It's
I finished the last season, the second last season,
yeah,
and I was really enjoying it.
dude.
And now the last season, I need to make a Netflix account again and watch it.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna come out till next year though.
But I haven't seen this one that's just come out now.
Yeah, that's the last season, and that's gonna be out by next year. Netflix usually puts it like a year after it has ended.
But didn't one just come out recently, like a few months ago?
No, but so the last season was split in two halves, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen the first half.
But is it out on Netflix?
I don't know, where was it out?
I don't think it is. It's just out on AMC.
Oh, well, sorry, wherever it, because in Italy it comes out on Netflix.
Okay, interesting.
So I haven't seen it.
Yeah, dude. It's, trust me, it's masterclass in writing. I haven't seen that good writing in any of the shows recently. It's just something else. It's a league of its own. But yeah, that's a whole different discussion. I don't want to start that right now. But we do like a whole 2 hours thing on it. But yeah, Need for Speed. Then they rebooted Hitman Agent 47.
I haven't watched this either.
Which yeah, again, it just it wasn't that good at all. I think they redid the casting with that guy. What's his name? Let's see. Yeah, Rupert Friend, who was pretty big with that movie, that show called Homeland.
No,
Yes.
I only know one Homelander.
Homelander, yeah.
Crazy bastard.
I know. He's amazing. One of the best villains in recent times. But
I finished it yesterday. It was just.
Oh my god, yeah, I know. But I did not like the finale, but we'll talk about that later.
Other podcast.
Yes. Yeah, we should do The Boys podcast too. That'll be a fun one.
Ask Albert. He probably has a podcast. The Boys.
I'm sure he does. Yeah. Next is Warcraft.
Yes.
Never played the game, so I had no interest. I didn't watch it.
I had a very good 3 hours sleep.
But I heard from people that it's actually pretty good.
No, it's an excellent movie. Worst period of my life. I just slept through it.
Oh, makes sense.
I was so tired.
I've heard it's
always
like
tired.
Yeah, I heard it's been on the better game to movie adaptations. So I guess
Well, better than Super Mario. I doubt it.
Next one. I mean, this one I was so disappointed with because look at the cast.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Assassin's Creed, right?
We have Michael Fassbender, Marine Cotillard, and Jeremy Irons.
And also like there's Fabe, also other ones, like the side cast is just amazing. Right?
This was another one of those movies that came out in a bad year and I slept through it.
Yeah, it was just a bad movie too. So I don't Yeah, Jeremy Irons was in it, Michael Kenneth Williams, Charlotte Rampling, they're all like good actors, but somehow they mess it up again and again. And that's the thing. By 2000, what year did this come out in? 2016. By this time, they had a lot of good Assassin's Creed games out. Still mess it up. Yeah, Resident Evil, the final chapter. Was it? No. Never saw it.
I don't believe these titles anymore. There's going to be another one.
Oh my god. What was next? We'll skip this one because I know.
Finally, Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, the new one. Alicia Vikander. She was missing what made Lara Croft, but it's okay. But still a great movie.
The dual wielding guns.
Yeah, dual wielding. That's exactly what we were talking about. But I like the fact that they took a lot from the latest.
The new Tomb Raiders.
Yeah. So when you look at that, they did actually a pretty decent job with this one. I enjoyed. This is one of the better game to movie adaptations.
Yeah.
Could have been better, of course. There are some things they could have done better, but still pretty good movie.
I absolutely adored the reboot when I played it. Like I said an hour ago, about now, just the beginning of the game that you start tied upside down on an island and you're saying, what the hell's going on? They actually gave all 3 games out for free on the Epic Game Store.
Oh.
So I think I'll play that one again.
Yeah, those are great games. Great games. No, this is one reboot they did like that actually did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. They're making the second one, so they're actually it's in production right now. So.
With her again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
The second one I've played. It's the one in the mountains. You're up in like Peru or something, up in the Andes.
Isn't that the third one?
That's the third. That's the third one. Yeah, no, you're right. But the second one, you're in the mountains again. There's snow.
Yep. The third one is that whole shadow of Tomb Raider, but yeah, so the pretty good one. They did a good job. So great villain. I love Walton Goggins. I think he's a fantastic actor, and they did a good job casting him too. So overall, great take on it. Rampage. Never saw it.
No, I think I played the game as a child.
Yeah.
They're like the one Godzilla and King Kong, you had to destroy the city.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the movie.
I vaguely remember playing that, but I didn't watch the movie. It was The Rock, I think, was in it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think against The Rock, but I don't know. It just didn't get my attention. Now, like we are coming to that point where I'll really think about if I really want to watch a movie or not because of time constraints. Like, is it worth my time? Is it not? But yeah. Next one is
and they're sort of putting The Rock in everything right now.
Yeah, exactly. So he might be
he's like garlic in Italian food.
Yep.
Put him everywhere.
Dead Trigger. I don't know what the hell that is.
I don't even know what game that is.
Yeah, so let's skip that.
But the next game, the next movie.
Detective Pikachu. Can you believe I haven't seen it?
I rewatched it last week. I loved that movie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I have to watch it.
So the premise is
his father's death or something, right?
Yeah, so this kid loses his father in a car crash.
And Pikachu helps him out.
And the father's Pikachu helps him discover what happened to the father. And the Pikachu is voiced by Ryan Reynolds. And it's pretty much Deadpool with Pikachu's face. It's awesome. Such a good movie. And the way they model the Pokemon is so realistic, yet cartoonish. But it's done right.
Okay, I still have
to. They look so well. So well done.
Haven't watched it yet.
Give it a watch. It's worth it.
Yeah,
you'll laugh throughout the whole movie.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I saw the trailers and everything looked really good. So definitely gonna watch it one day. But yeah, the next one is the Sonic the Hedgehog.
Another great movie.
Yep.
I had a really good time. Thank goodness the community went apeshit on that.
I know that first design. Oh my god,
it was horrible.
Horrible. They used it in this a recent movie. I don't know which movie it was. They actually brought in,
to take the piss.
Yeah, and it was just but great film again. Jim Carrey, perfect casting for me. It was just brilliant.
Tell me if he's not Ace Ventura in this movie.
Yeah, I know.
Like he's Ace Ventura but evil.
Evil, yeah. That's the thing. Well, that's Jim Carrey for you. Very good film.
Ben Schwartz, he does the voice of Sonic.
He's really good. He did a great job.
Great job. Have you ever seen an interview with him? He's a massive nerd.
Yep, I've seen that. Again, they nailed a lot of the stuff, and kudos to them because this is a pretty iconic character. Everyone expects a lot. So even though the ratings were not that high, but a lot of the gamers actually enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was a pleasant movie to watch.
Monster Hunter, didn't watch it again. I think it was Paul, wasn't it Paul W. Anderson? I think it's the same guy.
Probably.
I don't even know who made it, but
I didn't even know it came out.
Yeah, it has Tony Jaa and what's her name? Alice Mila Jovovich in it and all that. But
Oh, again?
In Monster Hunter, yeah.
The same ones from Resident Evil?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but I heard it was really, I didn't even watch it.
It came out December 18th, 2020. There was a fox die occurring. So
yeah, true. But
about to occur, sorry.
I know. And that time we were playing a better game / movie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I think Death Stranding had just come out.
Yep. November 8th. So it had been a month. We had all finished it, but still.
Yeah.
It was something else. Anyway, next one, Mortal Kombat. That one, okay, so this movie, when they announced it, I was like, okay, that's good. But then they announced the casting, and they had this guy, what's his name? Shit, I'm forgetting his name. How can I forget his name? And I have to. He's one of my favorite Indonesian martial artists. Let me see, Mortal Kombat.
Have you ever seen the video of the kid singing it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they had Joe Taslim. Joe Taslim he was in, I don't know if you've seen those movies, the Raid movies. The Raid. Okay, yeah. So he was one of the actors in that, and then he's a fantastic martial artist. And when I read he's playing Sub-Zero, like yes, and he's like perfect. Like he's so good with the action. And then they have the legendary Hiroyuki Sanada, and as Scorpion, I'm like, they're nailing the casting so far. And then the trailer came out and they had fatalities, and Sub-Zero is playing although different from video game, Sub-Zero is the bad guy here. But what they showed in the trailer with that whole sequence of him cutting Scorpion and grabbing his blood in midair, turning it into an icicle and stabbing him with that. Oh my God. I was like, that's insane. So I was like, okay, so they're going with fatalities and everything. Even though, again, it's not like the perfect adaptation of the game, but they did a fantastic job. I'm glad they kept the gore.
Okay.
The characters, they were really close to what they were supposed to be. I love this film. I was like, just because I think I was also partial because of Joe Dasling, because I love that guy. He's also in a show called Warrior on HBO. If you haven't seen it, it's brilliant. It's based on the writing of Bruce Lee.
Okay.
And it's set in like the early 1930s, 20s in San Francisco and Chinatown, about gang wars. And the action in that show, if you like martial arts movies and shows, that is one hell of a show to watch.
I am a martial artist myself.
Awesome. What belt are you?
I'm actually black belt in judo.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah,
you should watch those. Trust me, those movies are must. Like the Raid 2, Brandol, is my favorite action movie of all time. And yeah, it's like Hollywood, Bollywood, whatever, that movie, nothing comes close to that. So gotta watch that and watch Warrior. They're actually just started shooting season 3 for HBO today. So yeah, if anyone's listening, do watch it. Do watch it. But yeah, you haven't seen Mortal Kombat?
No, not the new one.
Watch it. You'll like it. It's on HBO.
Which we don't have in Italy.
Well, it's on, you can, there are other ways.
It's on the 7 seas.
Yeah, it's on the 7 seas.
You're in a bottle of rum.
There once was a sailor. I love that. So it's so good.
Sea shanties.
Yes. Anyway, watch that. It's a good adaptation. I like it. I like where they're taking it. They have already announced the sequel, same director. So I'm excited for it. Next is Werewolves Within. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Me neither. Never heard of it.
Only a game to movie adaptation. Okay.
Then we have Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, which I think was the one that came out on Netflix.
Yeah, was it? No.
Then I've missed this one completely.
This is the one where they go to the manor, like the
This one flew under my radar.
No, this is actually it had some really good things going for it. but then they just turned it bad because they tried to fit a lot of things from like three of the first parts into one,
Okay.
and that was the biggest mistake.
Okay.
They were trying to do it
They
good.
tried too hard.
It's decent, but they could have done it so much better.
Hmm.
They had the ideas, but they should have stuck with not mixing every game in one. But a good try. I won't like bash it, but it was a decent try. I enjoyed it. Yeah, you should watch it too.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely catch up on it.
Yeah, definitely better than the show,
Hmm.
the new show. But all right, next
I saw
one.
IGN gave it like a 9, the new show.
No,
It came up on Instagram, probably not IGN, but someone gave it like a
GameSpot.
9.
GameSpot gave it a 9.
GameSpot, okay, yeah, I follow them. So
Yeah, I don't know why, but I haven't seen it, but yeah, that's probably
there
what
was
it is.
some transaction occurring.
Dinero. But no, yeah, I didn't. I just saw a little bit of the first episode. Another reason I watched it is because one of the famous Pakistani actors, he's in it
Okay.
as like the husband of the main character, and that's one reason. I just saw a couple of scenes from him, and that's about it. He did a good job, but again,
Mhm.
the show didn't catch my attention, so I didn't watch it. There are people who like it, but I don't know. I just
There are people who
people
like
who
the Super Mario movie.
like you.
Crazy bastards.
Anyway, so yeah, that no idea about that one, but Uncharted,
Yes. Did you finally manage to watch it?
I did.
I nagged you so much for this movie.
I know I did watch it.
Yeah. So Uncharted movies, Uncharted games. They're two different stories,
Mhm.
but I believe they really nailed the characters, like
They
personality wise.
Yes, I think
But they dumbed down a little bit Nathan.
yep, Tom Holland did do a decent job. He could have done it better. Should they have casted a different Drake? I think so.
Hmm.
He just looks too young to
Yeah.
be Drake, right? Plus Sully again. I didn't see Mark Wahlberg as Sully, but he did a decent job.
Hmm.
But again, I guess it's a gamer thing. Like for anyone who's not a gamer, who would enjoy his Sully. But
But
for me,
their banter between them is good though.
it is good. And I
Yeah.
actually really like the what's the girl's name?
Fraser.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. What's her name?
Perfect.
Yeah, she was so good.
Yeah.
She was so good.
Aussie accent, Indian looking girl.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She did really good.
Really got her correct.
I like the Easter eggs.
Oh my God.
Easter eggs were so good.
I watched this movie in Norway.
Okay.
There was like 10 people at the cinema.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of the airplane scene, when there's the big Easter egg,
Yep.
I just stood up once again. I was like, oh my God. Everybody was turning around, looking at me and swearing at me in a language I have no idea what they were on about.
That works out then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a great step towards like from the PlayStation studios. I can, if
Yeah.
they keep doing it this way, they might be able to nail it. Not the perfect Uncharted movie, could have been so much better.
It's
Not bad.
it's a good adventure movie, like a treasure hunt movie.
India, like it's like National Treasure.
Correct. Yeah. If you put it on that level, it's a good movie by itself.
Yeah, but again, the casting could have been a little better. But Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg did good, but could have been definitely better. Another thing that the movie kind of did what Resident Evil did is mash up all the games into one, like sequences from like different games into one. That didn't work for me that much. But
different scenes from different games more than anything, like the most iconic scenes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Not the story per se, but
yeah,
the story was good. I thought
the story was practically Uncharted 4.
Yeah, the parkour part was kind of missing from it. They kind of had it just that brief moment with the music when he's climbing the ship.
Yeah,
that's where he kind of goes full Nathan Drake, right? And I would have loved to see that more.
Yeah.
So that was something. I love the music actually. That also, they had the official
The
soundtrack
theme,
kind of
yeah.
thing. The theme was there. It had some really good moments again. I don't know about Sam.
Did
Sam
they show him? Can't remember anymore.
brother, right?
Yeah. Did they show him in the movie?
The movie started with Sam.
Oh fuck!
They show the sequence from the plane and then
Yeah.
go into the past, which is Uncharted 4.
Mhm.
Right? They kind of show the Uncharted 4 bit and there, and they started with Uncharted 3, then went to 4, and then like the sequence wise.
Yeah.
But yeah, good movie, a good start for the PlayStation film production.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that
great.
Last of Us series.
Dude, because two big reasons is, of course, what's his name?
Neil Druckmann.
Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin, right? Those
Mm.
two, as soon as I heard it was Craig, I'm like, okay, this guy, I've seen Chernobyl, fantastic.
Oh yeah, the
writer,
Chernobyl writer. Yeah, we actually
fantastic
talked about it last episode. So
yes,
follow links
yeah,
here, there, everywhere
know.
to watch our last episode.
least.
Least.
Yeah, great potential with that one.
Yeah. Also, what did you think about Antonio Banderas as the villain?
That was an abrupt end, man. That came out of nowhere.
It just killed my expectation. I was just like, what the fuck?
Alert, but yeah, that was, I did not see that coming. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he was doing good. He was like doing great as one as like the big baddie, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, what? That was a good thing. That was a good thing about like I did not see that coming.
Yeah, that's they took a page from Kojima's book.
Yep.
Betray your audience.
They really did. I don't know how Antonio actually agreed to it.
Mm.
Yes, he's a big star, and to be written off like that, that was
not enough dinero to pay him for the full movie.
I know, but yeah, like overall, great,
Mm-hmm.
great film. Looking forward to The Last of Us again, and apparently that Last of Us has a 10 million budget for each episode.
It's gonna be
great casting too. I love Pedro Pascal and also the Bella Ramsey. She was great in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Had a small role, but she nailed that. And from what I've heard, like people who've seen her other movies and stuff, she's really good at what she does. So even so, I don't care if the characters don't look exactly as the gaming, characters, but as long as they're doing a justice to the characters acting wise, I'm fine with it. That's what the case with Tom Holland was too. He did a decent job with Nathan Drake, but he should have been a little older. But let's see. They're definitely making a sequel, so let's see what happens with that. But good one.
Have you watched the Uncharted? You're welcome for
the short film, Nathan.
The short film that was
awesome. That was like just perfect.
That was my choice for Nathan Drake.
Yeah, he nailed it. Yeah, but the only thing was he was a little too older to play Drake.
Yeah,
that's the only issue with that. But if that was like 10-15 years ago, yeah, I'm like if he was 10-15 years younger, that's
well, at the time of when you filmed Castle, he would have been perfect. Exactly. What's his name again? Do you remember?
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, yeah.
His first name is also Nathan, right? So
yeah, exactly. But it looks like they modeled it after him.
Yep.
He looks like Nathan Drake.
Definitely does. He could be. I don't know if that was the case, but yeah, he does. But yeah, definitely could improve in the second one. I wouldn't mind seeing Tom Holland again. Mark Wahlberg. See, Mark Wahlberg is that kind of actor who's Mark Wahlberg in every film.
Yeah, like typecast.
Yeah, he's like Jason Statham, right?
Yeah.
Jason Statham in every film.
Or The Rock in every film.
Yeah. So he's that, but still, I mean, he did a good job. I won't say it was bad, but yeah, let's see what happens with the sequel. Other than that, the next one
we'll close it off with the last movie.
Yes, let's do that. Or just talk a little bit about the upcoming ones, and then
I think the time we've spent, we'll split it into another episode.
Yeah,
because we can also talk about the video game movies.
Yes, that works. That works. Awesome. So the next one is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I haven't seen it yet.
Sonic los Hedgehog 2.
Yeah.
Me neither. I think it just came out.
Yeah,
a few months ago. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't had time to catch up on it, but they've confirmed a third one, so apparently it went well.
Yeah, Idris Elba was as there as Knuckles. So
Oh yes,
yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing it for
I
sure.
love Idris Elba.
He's so good.
I
He's
wish they made him the next James Bond.
Bond. I love that.
It would have been so good. Did
I
they
know.
pick a new James Bond?
Not yet.
Not yet. No, yeah, they should go with him.
But he's like one of the front runners.
Yeah.
I think Tom Hardy.
Oh, that'd be good too.
Yes,
Uh,
or I don't think Tom Hardy is James Bond.
Tom Hardy is too scruffy.
Scruffy, exactly. I mean, he
Yeah.
could pull it off. He's a fantastic actor, but
Yeah.
like he's one of my favorite actors. But no, I don't see him as James Bond. I think Tom Hiddleston is also
Yeah. No, yeah, he'd be very good.
definitely play it.
Yeah, definitely.
The Night Manager. I don't know if you've seen that
No.
show. He's made for it. He has the classy. He has that voice and everything. So
Mhm.
he would do an amazing James Bond.
Indubitably, he would.
Yeah. But
All right. So that was fun.
that was a long list too.
And yeah, we'll definitely, we've been rambling for a while.
I know.
We'll
But
definitely make another episode to
Yeah.
announce, we'll quickly announce the movies that are coming out,
Mhm.
but we won't go into much detail. There's going to be a Borderlands movie
Oh yes.
directed by Eli Roth.
Already
Already is a good
looks-
setup.
Yeah, yeah.
Then there's going to be a Ghost of Tsushima.
I am so excited about that because it's the director of John Wick.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is amazing. He knows how to do action, and it's Ghost of Tsushima.
Uh-huh.
I think he's gonna nail it. That's another great step from PlayStation. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to make a Portal movie,
Mhm.
which
I don't know how
okay,
that's gonna go, but
exactly.
Yeah.
There's the Untitled Super Mario movie with Chris Pratt,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
and
know.
and the Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And there's also one film that I have failed to mention, but because I wanted to leave it till last,
Yep.
and that is The Legend of Zelda. No, I'm kidding. The Metal Gear Solid film, which
yeah.
it's
It's
been
still-
in production hell forever.
Ever. I think the reason is Jordan Walkrabbit. He's too much of a Metal Gear fan, and he wrote a script that is very
Too much.
close to the games, and the production is like, no, we can't do this for cinema. It's like,
Yeah.
but this is how it should be. And they're having that, the producers and the writers are like, tug of war. It's like, no, we want to do it. We want to do fan service, but no, we have to worry about the money. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Ask Oscar.
I don't want fan service. I want to watch the movie and say, what the fuck did I just watch? I loved it.
Yeah, exactly.
Betray
he's-
your audience.
Great director to choose because he's always been a Kojima fan. He knows what he's doing. He's a nerd again for Metal Gear. So I
Yeah.
expect him to do good. Well, let's see what happens. And even Oscar Isaac was like, it's they're out there somewhere. It's still happening. Great choice for Snake as well.
Oscar Isaacs, yeah.
Brilliant.
I've seen recently lots of people saying the guy that played Soldier Boy.
Yeah, he should have. He actually looks the part. He has.
He
the
looks
voice.
all right, yeah. I don't
He
mind
looks
Oscar
so-
Isaac.
Yeah,
I think he's a good choice.
fantastic actor. Oscar Isaac is a brilliant actor. So,
Mhm.
although Snake is pretty monotone, so
Mhm.
not a lot of expressions, not
a lot
a
of
lot
questions in the first
Yeah.
game.
yeah. So
Metal Gear.
that's
surveillance
definitely
camera.
our most anticipated, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's never gonna come out. I've given up hope on it.
And it has the Konami curse on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It
Once
should
again,
call it Konami curse with the K, like Mortal Kombat, Konami curse.
Dear Sony, hear our prayers. Please buy Konami IPs.
I know someone does it, but
If you want to invest in something, please buy Konami IPs.
there's a rumor about Tokyo Game Show.
Ooh, when's that? In the end of July?
August, I think.
August,
or
okay.
September. One of the end of July. No, August is Gamescom. September is the Tokyo Game Show.
Okay.
And Konami is attending. I hope they don't announce another pachinko or mobile. The rumors are that's where they're gonna announce the rumored remakes and new games of Metal Gear and Silent Hill and all that stuff. So fingers crossed. Listen. I know. Konami.
Grain of salt.
You need a whole bucket of it, but yeah.
All right. Well, that's our list.
Yeah, that was fun.
And we'll definitely catch up soon with some more.
Upcoming, and we should
Yes.
also discuss series, because there are two game to series adaptations that I really want to talk about.
Okay.
We'll definitely do that too.
So yeah, it's been a pleasant night for me here.
Yeah,
It's practically morning now.
yeah.
And I have a lot of students to
Oh no.
teach.
It's like good luck with that.
Yes, I'm gonna be a little bit hungover and tired.
Yeah, but
Fantastic.
we'll remind you of what was that movie that you slept through?
Warcraft.
Yeah, Warcraft. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So great talking to you, Nav, and thank you all for listening. Do you want to publicize yourself?
No.
No, so Nav, no publicity to himself.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to come out with an episode of God of War podcast with Albert Kessa.
Yes.
So watch out for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Johnny Lombardo on social networks, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Absolutely.
Ciao belli.
Take care.